Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is Friday and we are going to be carrying on our work with contracted and expanded forms. So could you please pause the video for me, write your date and LO neatly and beautifully in your book, and when you're ready, unpause the video and we will get going. Okay, well done. Now we are going to do contracted and expanded forms today, but we're going to do a really quick brain warm up to get ourselves in word mode. Okay, and I'm going to show you a prefix. Let's have a look. So we've got they look very different. We've got 3 different prefixes today, but they all mean the same thing. So we've got in and im and ear, and they all mean not. So remember, prefixes go on the beginning of a word and they change the meaning of the word. So we've got the word replaceable, which means that, if it gets broken, you can get a new one. Or, it's easy to replace. It can be replaced. But if you have something that is irreplaceable, you can see my prefix here, that means it's not easily replaced. So it's not replaceable. So for example, you might have a really special piece of jewellery that was given to you. It's a family heirloom, and if it got lost, you'd be terribly upset, and you wouldn't ever be able to get the same one back again. You could say that that is irreplaceable. When I was a little girl, I had a cuddly toy. It was actually a cuddly toy cat. And I used to go to bed with my cuddly toy cat every night. He was called Tiggy. And, he was mine and he smelt good. And, you could still buy that toy in the shops. But he was mine. And I loved him so much that if I lost him, I would think that he would be irreplaceable. I couldn't ever have the same one. He was very, very special to me. So that's the prefix ear. You can also have the prefix im, which means not. So you might have something as possible. That means it can be done. It is possible to jump on the bed, for example. It is possible. Potentially a little bit dangerous, but it is possible. And you can also have things that are impossible. So if something is impossible, it means it's not possible. You can't do it. So it is impossible for Mrs. Thompson to turn invisible. That would be quite good fun, but it's not possible. It's impossible. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to pause the video. And if you're doing this lesson in school, you can talk to the people around you. You can talk to your teacher. Or maybe your teaching assistant about all the im and in and ear words that you can think of. I've put some photos up here to give you some clues. So maybe you can think about what words I am hinting at with these photos. But you might also be able to come up with loads of your own examples. So, are you ready? You're going to have 3 minutes. I'm going to pause the video for 3 minutes. Ready? Go. Okay, so you should now have had your 3 minutes. I hope, pardon me, I hope you managed to come up with loads of good words with these prefixes in them. And if you are one of my remote learners, if you're a remote learner at the school that I work at, then I would love to see your work. So please make sure you send some photos in when you send your home learning in. And if you are a remote learner from another school, then please make sure you show your teacher your amazing work. I know he or she will be very proud of you. Okay, so let's get on to our work on contractions. What I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go back and I'm going to remind you of something that I talked about in my video yesterday. So contractions are, here we go, here's the work that we did yesterday. Contraction, what that means is when we take 2 words and we kind of smush them together. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not the technical term, but sometimes you just need to take 2 words and smush them together. And the reason that we sometimes do that is because it makes it quicker and easier when we're talking. You can't just take any 2 words and smush them together, like phone and cushion. What would that be? Fusion, maybe? I don't know. You can't do that. You have to be quite careful about the words that you choose. But I've got some examples here for you. So these are the ones that you did yesterday. So here, number one, let's have a look at number one. I've taken the words can and not, and I have got rid of some letters to make my word shorter. Then I've squished my word together. And don't forget that apostrophe. You have to show where the missing letter was. And the way that we show where the missing letter was is by putting in our little apostrophe. Okay? So it started out as can not, and it became can't. So that's what we did yesterday. And today, what you're going to do is you're going to make your own contraction booklet. Can you see the contraction booklet that I've got here? So what you're going to need is one sheet of A4 paper, and you're going to use that paper to make your own contraction booklet. So what I'd like you to do, before you get your contraction, your paper, you are going to come up with a list of, let's say, 6. Let's do 6, just like here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want you to write down your let's do 6. You're going to write down 6 contractions, and you're going to tell me what their expanded forms are. You can look back at your work from yesterday if that's helpful, but I'd like you to try and come up with some unusual ones that maybe we didn't talk about yesterday. And when you've written down your 6 contractions and your 6 expanded forms that go together, you're going to unpause the video. I'm going to show you how to make your contraction booklet. Okay, off you go. Okay, welcome back. So hopefully now you have written down your 6 contractions, and these are going to be the contractions and expanded forms that you put inside your booklet. And you can see from the picture here, the contractions go inside the booklet and the expanded forms go on the outside. And I really like how this person has used a different colour for each one. I think that's really effective. So it'd be great if you're lucky enough to have lots of colours like that at home. You could do that too. So here's how they did it. All they did was they had a normal plain piece of paper and they folded it. Now, if I'm going to try and do this on the camera, it's quite tricky. But you start with your paper flat. I think you guys probably should do this on a table. It'd be much easier. And you're going to fold it. Can you see? And I'm going to put it down so I can fold it properly. Can you see how I started flat and I folded my 2 sides inwards like that? And I think you'll do this a bit better than me. Mine's a bit messy. But you can see there how I've folded it, and I've folded the sides in, and it opens up a bit like a book. Okay, and all you need to do is write your expanded form on the outside. So you might have has not, and then you can do your little cuts with a pair of scissors. Okay, and write your contraction on the inside. These are great, and they're really good to have on your table at school if you're maybe writing and you forget about contractions. These can be a really good reminder. So have fun making your contraction booklets. I can't wait to see them. If you are in my class or in the other class in Year 4 where I teach, you're going to be sending your work in to one of the members of the Year 4 team, and that will be at the top of your home learning schedule for today. If you are in class, then your teacher will obviously have a look at it for you. And if you are in another class, not in the school that I teach in, then please make sure you send a picture of your awesome work to your teacher or teaching assistant, whoever you normally send your home learning to, and I'm sure they're going to be really, really proud of you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.